Hello, this is Mark Nelson. What you're about to see is a series of concept drawings and a little demonstration on how I build my concept drawings for my comic book Thunder Hunters. The first set of illustrations are going to be dealing with our fine-finned friends, the fish world. I think one of the funnest things I've always liked to draw is I just enjoy drawing fish and animals and things. Fish are always interesting to me because they have no sense of gravity. You know, if you see a fish, it floats, it goes up, it goes down, it does different kinds of things. There's just no gravity there. They're amazing creatures to me. But in designing a fish, you know, a lot of times I'll look at the different types of head shapes. So here you can see I started with a bigger shape, which is very lightly drawn, and now I'm coming in and building up the head. I'm making it sort of a big, blunt, armored head. He has a large enough eye, so that kind of helps. So it's not quite a small eye to make him kind of feel like a mean predator. We start to build out the body. Let's fill out the fins, and then I really am going to drop the chest way down. Now, these are all the barbs that you can kind of see on the fins, and it's just kind of nice as you're working with a pencil to come in and give them those kind of sharp little movements and push all that stuff. I love textures. I have, you know, become a texture nut, a little bit of a cross contour break on the body, and we're putting the spots in, a little shadow under the eye. Some little areas where we are now building up the rib cage where you'd see that in there. Now we got the pectoral fin, which I'm going to drop down and give him nice long sort of flying fins, which are just kind of fun. And then he's got the one really long spike that might be for defense, or it might be decorative, it might be for whatever it is. We now have the chest, and then as we come up to put some details in the eyes, I always like to kind of think of what kind of shapes, and they're going to be in the iris and the corneas. And now we're going to come in and start building up some of the shadows real quickly by thickening the line. Once again, you've developed the pattern and how those things are moving down the body. You've got the anal fin as we come in here, and that's coming in, and I always like to think of the whole attitude of it being not perfectly clean, but a little broken, worn, you know, because all fish kind of have that feeling of where have you been. If everything's too neat, they kind of look brand new. I kind of like to put a few more pimples on them and just have some fun. So, you know, here we have a pattern, and I'm going to hide the scales behind the pattern. I always like, you know, the barbels that you can put on the mouth, like in catfish and things like that. And finally, just a big fanned out tail, again, chopped up a little bit, nibbled on by things, worn and rubbed on tree branches. You know, got to give him some life, got to give him like he's run down that road a little bit more, which is always, you know, the fun part. I like trying to create believability in these little puppies. And that last little set, stickles on the back. And then now, of course, I got to add some barbs so that they got to have a nice little bend. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. And if you would like to see more, please leave a comment, click like, or share below. I'm Mark Nelson. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe or follow button, and I'll see you next time.